Hello, Leo. Welcome to Divine Debut. This is Kathy speaking. Thank you so much for being here for your horoscope spread. This is the spread that I promised you on my last uploads. So I'm uploading half of it on YouTube for free, and the other half, the extended half, will be for purchase on my website under the extended readings tab. And that will be, wow, and I just had the moon that just fell out. And the moon is the sign of Pisces or Cancer. Okay, this can speak of fears, this can speak of intuition, of course, the unknown, the fear of the unknown, but this can also signify for me the home, your foundation. That's what Cancer is all about, and motherhood. So, Leo, I was saying that the extended reading will be up for purchase under the extended readings tab on the menu of my website, which is www.divinedebut11.com. I also mentioned the address. I have the links in the description box below. So thank you for your support in advance. And I'm doing a horoscope spread which will be showing what's going on in every area of your life. So it's in the form of a wheel. Just for those of you that are familiar with astrology, we start with house number 1 and we end with house number 12. So, dear Leo, thank you again for trusting in my readings and your support in any way. Let's take your cards, dear Leo. So this reading goes for mid-October 2019 until mid-November. So they do go for a month. And these readings will be done every month, of course. So what I'd like to say astrologically before I begin is that we know that Pluto has gone direct about a week ago. Saturn turned direct even before that. So it's all systems go right now. And only just yesterday, Venus moved into Scorpio. So we're going to be having deep conversations, intimate love, as well as, things that have been hidden. They're going to come up for communication. We've got Mercury in Scorpio as well. It's still Libra time, so if you are a Libra watching, happy birthday. And they're the main important things to talk about. We are having a full moon on the 13th. Today that I'm doing this reading, it's the 9th actually of October. So in about 4 days, on the weekend, on Sunday, we're having a full moon in Aries, and that's going to be a little bit difficult. It is in a difficult aspect to Pluto, and it's not easy. I think it's squaring on the nodes as well. So whatever is coming to culmination, whatever will be seen, it's got to do with our destiny, with transformation. Now, Aries is ruled by Mars. Mars will be squaring off to Pluto as well. So it's going to be quite difficult, the energy. So let's see with your horoscope spread, dear Leo. So house number 1, which is the house of thyself. It's our personality. It's how we come across to people in the world, how we're seen. So it's not only our personality, but it's the body as well. So physically, how we look. Now, the first house is usually early childhood as well. So this is like how we're going to grasp our view of life. It's the beginning. So it's all about us, what we're going to grow into. Okay, so Queen of Wands, of course, this is your energy. Beautiful to see, beautiful. Okay, let's take house number 2, which is, this is the house of Aries. House number 1 is Aries. House number 2 is Taurus. So we've got the 5 of Wands here now. 5s are always at imbalance. The house of Taurus, the second house, is all about our values, what we own, our comforts, the 5 senses. Again, the physical body. Now, it's a Venetian-ruled house. So it's... what is Venus? Venus is all about harmony, love, values, right? And we do have Uranus in Taurus, at this time and for the next 6 years. So there's radical changes. You know, Uranus can be a bit of a shock. So what I wanted to say before I continue is that I will be taking one layer of the cards here, and I will be extending this reading. So if it's roughly half an hour on YouTube, it will be about that much, the extended part. So I'll be taking more cards there. So there is some sort of either conflict, and this is a money house as well. So 5 is a number of conflict, but it's also a few people not being on the same page. So not having the same values here. Okay, and it could be surrounding work because, of course, wands are all about our vocation. They're about our passion. And as I said, probably not on the same page with others. Our values are different. But also, because the House of Taurus has got a lot to do with building, some of you could be in conflict at this time if you are trying to build on something with others, and that could be, of course, in relation to your values and what you own. So disagreements there. Let's take house number 3, which is the house of Gemini. Now, the house of Gemini is all about communication. It's commerce, it's siblings, neighbors, collaboration within a small group of people. It's the house of primary education. And of course, it's because it's Mercury ruled, it's got to do with travel as well. So, you know, when we've got Mercury retrograde, and that's another thing I wanted to point out, Halloween is when Mercury will be turning retrograde. So, yeah, this is the house of communication. Some of you may be coming up to a block because the Emperor is someone who can be blocking you. Can be because he's very Saturnian. Now, this is an Aries or Taurus individual, very Saturnian. So this could be, of course, if you are collaborating with someone that is like, I don't want to say a teacher, I suppose, because the 3rd house is the house of the student. So some of you may have a teacher who can be a little bit stern. This could be a father, someone who's been through their own lessons, their own education of life's lessons. Therefore, he is the Emperor. And he may come across as a little bit stern and cold. So he does come across as fiery, but he holds back. He's got an empire to rule. So, yeah, this could also be, I suppose this could be an elder, someone who is in your periphery, in your neighborhood, of course. Now, the Emperor is a number 4. He's all about stability. So hopefully he's on your side and not across from you. Let's take the 4th house of Cancer. And it's ruled by the moon. And here we've got the sun. Now, Cancer is our foundation, our home, our family, our actual house. So where we live. House, when we say house, it could be also the extended family, your parents. And Cancer is the house of wanting to be loved and nurtured. Now, we do have the North Node facing Cancer, the North Node of the moon, which is our destiny. You know, this is beautiful having the sun here, which is the energy of Leo. And Leo can deal with children. It can deal with true love, romance. Leo can also be risk-taking, but, you know, this is clarity, this is healing. Whatever is going on in your home, this is a very good omen to have your own card in your house. So you could be the sun to others, for others. You could be the illumination, the warmth, the vitality, okay? People may see you as their sun. So this is a beautiful, beautiful energy to have here. Okay, house number 5 is the house of Leo. This is your house. And again, the house of Leo, the 5th house, is the house of fun, games, you know, being like a child that wants to play. It's the house of children as well. And I want to point out that the sun here does speak of children at home as well. So let's talk about what Leo is. Leo is the child that wants to go out and play. So some of you may be feeling like a child at this time if you don't have your own children, let's say. Or could there be a child coming to your home? For some of you, this is like you are the sun, so you are the one that's in charge. What is the sun? The sun is the ego, but it's also it's a very masculine energy. So Leo is masculine, and I feel as though some of you could be taking on the role of the father, because the sun is the father, and you know the house of Cancer is ruled by the moon, and that's feminine energy. So some of you could be a mother that's taking on the role of the father as well. But the fifth house of Leo, again, true love, it's the heart. It's creative pursuits, things that you give birth to creatively, what inspires you, what you feel passionate about. Now here we've got movement, so there is some sort of change. So whatever you've invested in, and because the fifth house is the house of romance, that's where the flirtation starts within a relationship. We've got the Eight of Cups, so some of you are moving, looking for those Two of Cups, okay? Some of you may be moving for love, maybe moving for a relationship, because this person here in the picture is looking for those Two of Cups. They're leaving behind what they've invested in. So some of you may have invested time, energy, emotion, I should say, more than likely, in a situation that you are actually moving on from. Others of you could be emotionally, again, not happy, and this has made you grow spiritually. Okay, you're on your path, on a spiritual path, looking for, could be romance, could be that twin flame, that other half, that soulmate. Okay, as I said, some of you may even be traveling to do that. Now, in the house number 6, which is the house of Virgo, we've got the Fool, and that is beautiful. This is your daily routine. This is your work, what you do every day. This is your house of health. This is the house of pets, and we do have a little dog here. So some of you may be obtaining a new pet. The Fool is the energy of Aries. This is a brand new cycle that's beginning in your daily routine. It looks as though you're on a brand new cycle, dear Leo, brand new cycle. Some of you may have strong Aries in your chart. Okay, so with the Fool, it's, you know, wanting to take a risk. Again, traveling lightly. So starting a new cycle where work is concerned. Others of you are taking a leap of faith, beginning a new cycle where your health is concerned. Okay, so maybe you are dropping your burdens and you're starting to become like Aries. Aries is the first sign of the zodiac, and Aries is very Martian ruled. So you've got the passion and the driving force to start something new, and I do feel that it's got a lot to do with your health here, which is beautiful. Now we are, as I said, having a full moon in Aries, so you know, pay attention to what's going to happen for you around that time or any time after, and see what this new cycle is all about. Let's look at the house of partnership, the 7th house of Libra, and we've got the High Priestess, and this is partnerships of any type. This is the house of marriage. This is the house of collaboration with others. Libra can be communication. It's the house of balance and harmony. It is ruled by Venus. Therefore, we've got the High Priestess. She's a number 2. Again, 2s are always about balance. There can be secrets that are hidden in relation to either collaborating with others or any partnerships that you are dealing with. Some sort of things being held back, not being open to communicating at this time. Now with the High Priestess, I usually do see her as an 11. Okay, it's a number 2, but it's in it's in Roman numerals, and it looks like an 11 in cardinal numbers. So she does sit between those two pillars, okay, the yin and the yang. So I feel that with this energy, pay attention to your intuition. She is the moon goddess, so she's very sensitive where her instincts, where her intuition is concerned. Okay, and this is the energy of Virgo, Pisces. Virgo is again health. Pisces can be unconditional love. It can also be Pisces can be very spiritual, and she's the female counterpart of the Hierophant. So some of you could be in a collaboration with psychics, with someone who is in the psychic business, someone who is very strong intuitively, and she could be someone who is advising you as well, dear Leo. But again, this could also be your energy. Could you be the one that's advising others? You never know. She's a very strong individual. Okay, so now because actually, yes, the sun is still in Libra, but Venus, which rules Libra, has moved into Scorpio. And as I said before, Mercury's there as well. So there could be communication in things that have been hidden, things are coming up for airing, for communicating with others, any romantic partner or family member or work colleagues, doesn't matter, any relationships. Okay, so let's look at the house of commitment, the house of Scorpio. And we've got the Seven of Cups. Wow, Seven of Cups can be confusing, very Piscean. Again, things are up in the air, things are unknown. Now, when Venus and Mercury move into Scorpio, they go in deep. They go into that dungeon, into the darkness, and they come up with news. They come up with things that have been hidden. Now, what is Venus? Venus is love, it's money. The house of Scorpio is the house of death and transformation. It's also the house of money from other sources. It's also the intimate house. So some of you may be feeling confused in relation to a deep connection, because connections in Scorpio run very deep. Okay, and the 8th house, again, is a very committed house. So we've got, you know, haziness, a lack of clarity in both these cards. So you need to go with your intuition. Now, Pisces can be the house of the occult. It's the house of magic. Scorpio is also the house of magic and the occult. Okay, so with the Seven of Cups, again, sevens for me are very much spirit, very spiritual. And I feel that because Mercury will be retrograding on Halloween, as I said, so he will be bringing things up for airing. And don't forget that situations and people come back from the past with Mercury retrograde. So the clarity could be coming back if something has been unresolved, where, you know, other people's money, your partner's money, intimacy, depth, Plutonian energy are in relation to, then I think that this haziness, this lack of clarity will clear up for you. Let's look at the 9th house of Sagittarius, and Sagittarius holds the 10 of Pentacles. Wow, and Sagittarius is all about foreigners, foreign places, different cultures. It's the house of spirit, it's the house of truth, it's wanting to go on that adventure, having a wider vision of the world. Jupiter ruled Sagittarius, and Jupiter is there in Sag, which is bringing the blessings, the expansion, the growth, the luck. Now, Jupiter can also bring legalities, but with the 10 of Pentacles in the 9th house, and 10 of Pentacles can speak of marriage, it can speak of the family money, family at a distance. It can speak of higher education, of course, philosophy. But 10 of Pentacles many times does speak of the family money for me. Tens always break down to the ace. So Jupiter, I think, is bringing you a lot of luck and abundance at this time from anything to do with ninth house matters. Ten of Pentacles, beautiful, very physical, tangible manifestation. Okay, so let's see what is going on in your career house, the 10th house of Capricorn. And that's where we've got Saturn, Pluto, and the South Node. And we've got the card of Leo. So you do have, you're very present in your reading. You've got the Strength card. Now, you're very patient, obviously, whatever transformations you're going through in your status and in your career. You're being very wise. You're being very courageous as well. So you're up against hard work. You're up against maybe even a karmic situation. But you're able to do the work. As you can see, there is trust between this female and this beast. And this is like taming the inner beast. Your higher self is bringing you patience and bringing you the understanding that you are stronger. Your higher self is stronger than your physical animal self from within. So this speaks again of patience, and of course patience is a virtue. Now we do have Leo twice. We've got Aries and Taurus as well. We do have we've got Pisces as well here. We've also got a bit of Earth. Now the only Earth sign that's been mentioned so far, and we did mention Virgo here, Virgo with Pisces. So we've got Virgo and Taurus. Capricorn is not in the cards as of yet. Let's look at your 11th house of Aquarius, which is also the money house from career. It's also the house of wishes and dreams and friendships, as well as social groups. The humanitarian house, look at that. I just said Capricorn was not here. Oh, it's funny how it works out, isn't it? Yeah, so being, you know, in a social group, it's the house of humanitarianism as well. Now, Aquarius can be quite detached. The funny thing is that Aquarius's ancient ruler was Saturn, and once Uranus came into, once Uranus was founded, then Uranus became the modern ruler of Aquarius, and Aquarius is all about the future. So it's funny that we've got the Capricorn card, and the devil can speak of Saturn because Saturn is also the ruling planet of Capricorn. So we've got in the house of earned income, in your wishes and dreams, we've got the devil, and the devil can be a card of fears. You may be dealing with someone who's got strong Capricorn. Okay, they're showing up as very Saturnian. Again, Saturn is mentioned here. So could this be hardships and restrictions where money is concerned through hard work? It seems as though the universe is asking for you to be patient. Why? Because Saturn is very slow moving. As I said in the beginning, he's started to move direct. He will bring in the gifts once the hard work and the integrity has been put in. Okay, so some of you may be dealing with a friend that is very Capricornian, very, could be someone that doesn't do anything but party, too much partying here. Someone who's very dark where their sexuality is concerned, because this is a card of lust. Now, some of you may be going out, being part of a group that drinks a lot. They go out for drinks every single night. Whatever the case, this is restrictions. It can be a little bit fears. Some of you may be going through, maybe dealing with someone who has got a lot of fears, and you could be, let's say, the guiding light to someone who is having problems with any vices that they're dealing with. Okay, we will take more cards on that. Let's look at the house number 12, which is the house of Pisces. And we've got the Page of Pentacles. And the Page of Pentacles is Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Now, the house of Pisces is ruled by Neptune, so there's not much clarity. It's a very dark house. It's a house of endings. It's also a very spiritual house because Neptune is spirit. It's also people that are at a distance. It's things that are very hidden because we can't see what's in the 12th house. As I said before, it's the house of magic as well. Now, it could be the house of endings, completions. It also rules hospitals, jails, and institutions. So there is some sort of an ending, but also some sort of an indication of a new beginning. Now, for those of you that are students, you may be at a foreign country finishing up studies, okay? Others of you could be ending a cycle of hardship where money is concerned, and with the Page of Pentacles, because pages are all about news that comes in, and this is a message. This is a message that's promising something that is physical and tangible. For some of you, yes, there is some sort of a completion, and obviously, therefore, there is a new beginning. For some of you, this could be a son or a daughter. They're completing something. Maybe they're finishing their cycle, living with you. Let's say they're starting a new cycle of their own. They're moving away from home. Could be. But also, some of you may have been at the in a place of ready to give up, thinking that something is not going to come about, and you've been fearing something. But I think that because it's the house of hidden, you can't see what's in there. Something is coming in, and you don't know of it yet because it's the 12th house. But you are beginning something. Remember that he's holding the Ace of Pentacles, isn't he? An Ace of Pentacles can be anything. Could be a promotion. It could be a wedding. It could be an engagement. It could be a pregnancy. And the general energy, of course, is the Hierophant, which is Taurus. And Taurus, as I said, is hosting Uranus, which is the ruling planet of Aquarius. So Aquarius is the revolutionary. It's doing something futuristic, something very ingenious. Now, let's look at the Hierophant as an energy. The Hierophant and Taurus is all about values. And values sometimes with the Hierophant, because it is a number 5, 5s always speak of conflict. So whatever you're dealing with, is it a commitment? Is it boundaries? Is it restrictions within a religion, within an institution, a sense of hierarchy? Okay, now this is also very spiritual because this is a priest. And for some of you, this is saying that you need to keep the faith. We do have the two spiritual, the High Priestess and the Hierophant, which I did say can be, they're a couple. So you may be dealing with someone that there is strong, a very, very strong spiritual connection and communication through telepathy. Others of you, the general energy of the Hierophant can speak of maybe growing spiritually. We do have in the 5th house, which is the house of love, some of you may be meeting love first on a spiritual level and then on a tangible level. There are many similarities where the Devil and the Hierophant and the Emperor, 3 very similar cards for me. Okay? 3 very, very similar cards. Okay, so I'm going to take a card on the Devil here. please, Spirit. What's this devil in the 11th house of friendships, groups and associations, wishes and dreams? And this can be very negative thinking as well. So there could be some sort of you may be dealing with someone that's got their problems with their childhood conditioning. They may be fearing restrictions, frightened of the unknown, frightened of the scared of the power, worried about not being, like being powerless. Okay, because here we've got the Emperor, which, as I said, is very, very similar to the Devil. Let's take, and this could be a boss, of course. Okay, we've got the Emperor here, which is in the collaboration, the group collaboration, collaborating with a group. And here we've got the Devil, very similar. So, and you know that the Devil can be like really, really hard work. The slave driver, the narcissist. Let's take another card. We've got the Three of Swords, yeah. So, Three of Swords, heartbreak, disappointment, okay, maybe restrictions, which is bringing a heartbreak. So maybe Saturn is telling you that you have not completed your karma. Don't forget that Saturn is very karmic, and we are going through a very karmic time. Now, I'm going to take, of course, more cards when I take the next layers. We will look into that in the extended, of course. And you know that the Devil here, so Three of Swords can speak of a love triangle, and the Devil can be very lusty sort of sexual energy. So you could be dealing with someone through a group, through friends, that is in a love triangle, okay, and it's a very difficult cycle to get out of, and it is very karmic. So I do take, as I said in the extended, I also take the Twin Flame Oracle by Mystic Moon, sorry. And I will be taking more cards, as well as the Lenormand and the Witch's Tarot as well. So I will be extending that. For those of you that are going to join me there, I will see you there. For others of you that are happy with this reading as is, if it speaks to you, I'm very happy that you receive the message. If it does not, then maybe next time it'll be the reading for you. Thank you so much to all of you for being here, dear Leo. Thank you, and sending you lots of love, lots of blessings. And again, thank you for your support, to all of you.